Are you ready for our language lessons for today? Today we are going to continue with our join and blend lessons. We are going to join letters together to form words. Let's begin. Let us look at the following letters and sound them out. E, t, et. When we sound them out together, they create the sound et. Did you hear that? E, t, et. Can you say that with me? E, t, et. Let us recap the sound we have made. We are going to use this to create new words. E, t, et. Let's do it a few more times. E, t, et. E, t, et. E, t, et. Let us add letters to the et sound to create words. S plus et is set. Our new word is set. I will help Mum to set the table. Did you see how we used the word et sound to make up the word set? Let us add another letter to the et sound to create a word. W plus et is wet. Our new word is wet. My dad got wet in the rain. Did you see how we used the et sound to make up the word wet? Let us add another letter to the et sound to create a word. G plus et is get. Our new word is get. We are going to get ice cream. Did you see how we used the et sound to make up the word get? Now, let's look at our activity on page 1 of our workpack. Can you see how it looks similar to the lesson we have just covered? I want you to now use these letters to make up the words. Then try reading the words out aloud. Let's go to the next set of letters. Let us look at the following letters and sound them out. I, t, it. When we sound them out together, they create the sound it. Did you hear that? I, t, it. Can you say that with me? I, t, it. Let us recap the sound we have just made. We are going to use this to create new words. I, t, it. Let's do it a few more times. I, t, it. I, t, it. I, t, it. Let us add letters to the it sound to create words. S plus it is sit. Our new word is sit. I sit on my chair. Did you see how we used the it sound to make up the word sit? Let us add another letter to the it sound to create a new word. P plus it is put. Our new word is put. I can't wait to play in the sand pit. Did you see how we used the it sound to make up the word pit? Let us add another letter to the it sound to create a word. Plus it is lit. Our new word is lit. Dad lit a fire at the fireplace. Did you see how we used the it sound to make up the word lit? Now, let's look at our activity on page 3 of our workpack. Can you see how it looks similar to the lesson we have just covered? I want you to now use these letters to make up the words. Then try reading the words out aloud. I know you can do this, boys and girls. Hello, boys and girls, and welcome to today's lesson. We are going to begin with our discussion for today. Do you remember the name of our theme? Our theme is called My Country, South Africa. Today we will continue speaking about South Africa. We are going to learn about South Africa's history. History is about things that have already happened. We are going to talk about things that happened long ago. Let's begin. South Africa went through a difficult time that was called apartheid. People were treated differently according to the color of their skin. There were lots of unfair rules and certain groups of people were treated badly. They were not allowed to use certain buses, shops, beaches, schools, even benches for sitting. They were only allowed to live in certain areas. The South African people hated apartheid. They decided to fight back so their people would be free from these unfair rules. They tried for a long time and a lot of them were sadly killed or caught and put into prison. They still wanted freedom and continued fighting. Do you remember we spoke about Mr. Nelson Mandela yesterday? Nelson Mandela was one of these people who fought for freedom. He was also caught and sent to prison for doing this. He wanted everyone to be able to live happily together. He wanted all groups of people to be able to use the same things and go to the same places. He wanted everyone to be treated fairly. He had to spend 27 years in prison for this. People from around the world were not happy about it. They tried their best to get Mr. Mandela out of prison. After many years, he was released. The people of South Africa, as well as people around the world, were overjoyed. The people of our country wanted him to be our new leader, and Mr. Mandela became the new president of South Africa. He ruled our country and tried his best to be fair to everyone, even to the people who treated him badly. He loved children and loved helping them and making them happy. Mr. Mandela passed away a few years ago. South Africans still love him and still talk about him all the time. If you look at South Africa's money, we see Mr. Mandela's face on them. On one side of our paper money, which is called notes, you will see Mr. Mandela. On the other side, you will see one of the big five animals: a rhino, an elephant, a lion, a buffalo, or a leopard. These are animals that can be found in South Africa. People come here to be able to see these animals. The Kruger National Park is a place in South Africa where the Big Five can be found, along with many other types of wildlife that South Africa is so famous for. Have you seen gold jewelry? Gold is a special type of metal found deep within the rocks of certain parts of South Africa. Diamonds are a special type of stone, also found deep within our rocks. There are many more precious metals and stones found deep below as well. South Africa is famous for its gold and diamonds, as well as coal, which is used to create power. Cape Town is a city in South Africa. Table Mountain can be found here. It is called Table Mountain because the top of the mountain is flat like a table. When clouds cover Table Mountain, people call this cloud cover, the tablecloth. Are you ready to answer some questions based on our discussion? Can you remember we spoke about a time when South African people were treated differently according to the color of their skin? It was a very difficult time. What was this called? It was called apartheid. There were many people who fought for South Africa to be free from apartheid. Mr. Nelson Mandela was one of them. What happened to him because of this? He was caught and sent to prison for 27 years. What happened when he was eventually released from prison? The people of our country wanted him to be our leader, and so he became the next president of South Africa. What pictures are we able to see on our paper money? On one side, we are able to see Mr. Mandela, and on the other side, we are able to see each of the big five animals. Which five animals make up the big five animals? The rhino, the elephant, the lion, the buffalo, and the leopard. What kinds of precious metal and stones can be found deep within the rocks in certain parts of South Africa? Gold and diamonds. Thank you for watching, boys and girls.